viewers, you are watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. The head of state officially launched the general census of Djibouti. The competition restarts at the Earth Radio Television of Djibouti selected the best voice. And on the international scene, the United States vetoes a draft resolution of Palestine's accession to the UN. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, received this morning at his residence a team consisting of Director General of the National Institute of Statistics, Mr. Ibrahim Abdel Hadi, and the representative of the United Nations Population Program, Ms. Aisha Jama, for the official launch for the third General Population and Housing Census. The third general population and housing census lasts for 25 days in general national territory using a digital approach with the aim of improving basic data for planning and monitoring, but also to evaluate development policies program and the project in our country. In our warm and optimistic terms, the head of state launched a vibrant appeal to all the citizens for active participations in the national census. Underlining the capital importance of this approach, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, shared his vision of more enlightened governance made possible by precising the knowledge of the population and its geographical distribution. This collective project he underlined the head of the state with an enthusiasm and new perspective for better consideration of the need and aspiration of each person that's contributing to forging a more promising futures for our nation.
waxaa loo shaqaynayay waxa weeyaan danta dadweynaha idinkuna hawshiina inaad magaranaysaa inaad tidhaahdaan war annagu shaqadeedii lanoo egmaday iyaan qabanaynaa hadhow wixii lagu farayo waan soo sheegay oo qolo waliba way u baahan tahay caafimaad u baahan yahay maxaan ku idhahdaa iskuullo way u baahan yihiin shaqagelin way u baahan tahay dariiqyadu way u baahan yihiin guryuhu way u baahan yihiin haddii la istaago waddankoo dhan baa istaagaya.
In turn, the representative of the United Nations Population Program in Djibouti, in her speech, she pointed out that the census is important, extremely, in order to beneficiate to the country's development, but also this population of housing census will provide a housing census lasts for the 25 days in general. And for his part, the Director General for the National Institute of the Statistics expressed his satisfaction with the launch of the population census and the residents in Djibouti, which is the resident of the President of the Republic's vision in this regard. The national territory will use a digital approach with the aim of improving the basic data for planning and monitoring vision project in our country. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has in a telegram sent his sadness condolence to his counterpart, Mr. William Ruto, Kenyan President, following the death of yesterday in a helicopter crash military of the chief of the Kenyan armies in the 4-star General Francis and the several senior officials, the country's defense forces brother I ask you to extend the all of people of Kenya and the brother government of Kenya the sincere expression of my compassion and solidarity in ordeals this difficult moment. The disappearance of military officials of our country wrote the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Mergili, in the message sent to his Kenyan counterpart. I hope that Kenyan quickly overcomes this tragedy, noted the head of state in the same document. May God Almighty spirit and the brotherly countries Kenya from repeat offense. Such traumatized event learned the head of state praying they extend its sadness, condolence to the violent bodies, Kenyan army and defense forces, as well as the families, relatives, and friends of the victims of this deadly military helicopter crash. The city of Washington hosted the 28th ministerial meeting of the Horn of Africa Initiative on Regional Development. The meeting was chaired by Mr. Ahmed El Shidi, Minister of Finance of Ethiopia, and the World Bank Vice President for the Southern Africa. The meeting included Finance Minister from Djibouti country, Ethiopian, Kenyan, Somalia, and Africa, South Sudan, the Minister of Finance, Mr. Elias Musadewale, and his counterpart in the region expressed their gratitude to the partners' development such as the African Development Bank, the European Union, and others for their continued support. The minister said that the commitment of these partners is essential for continuing regional progress. In fact, regional integration has been strongly emphasized as a tool for the stimulating trade and investment. The progress made in implementing the roadmap, but also to welcome the commerce. This initiative aims to simplify and harmonize the customs and trade procedures necessary for the dynamic regional markets. The Minister of Health participated in the Health Financing Forum in Washington. The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdille, participated in the work of the 70 Health Financing Forum in Washington. During the meeting, the Minister of Djibouti drew on attention of experts international countries by sharing innovative models for encouraging and organizing development partners. The Djibouti models, which have been integrated into a new organizational chart of ministerial and ministries of health, has raised great attention to his ability to coordinate the effort of development partners by combining these diverse actors under a unified structure of our country, and has succeeded in the strengthening coordination and focus the resources on priority programs such as the nutrition, maternal and child health, as well as cooperation regional epidemic control. Dr. Roble Abdille also highlighted the importance of this integrated approach by maximizing the impact of funding external health sector. This initiative models also offer a valuable lessons for other countries affecting and which are facing the similar challenges in the field of health financing by focusing on the cooperation in our country and the collaborative approach that transform the health systems and stimulate the progress toward sustainable development goals. On the sidelines of the 14 sessions of the International Renewable Energy Agency in the Assembly, which is open its operation last Thursday, in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, and across the country, the bilateral meeting were conducted by the Minister of Energy in charge of natural resources, Mr. Yunus Ali Kedi, the discussion with the Director General for the International Renewable Energy Agency, uh, will focus on mainly on ways and means to enhance the existing cooperation between the two parties in the field of energy, especially in the field of energy development renewable. But also during the meeting, the Minister of Energy, Mr. Yunus Ali Gedi, pointed out that our country was one of the country which has joined the International Renewable Energy Agency since its establishment, stressing this agency enjoys the United Nations Agriculture and a Good Organization organized the 33 Regional Conference for Africa in Rabat from April 18 to 20, 2024. The work of 33 Regional Conference for Africa organized by the United Nations Agriculture and Food Organization takes place from April 18 to 20, 2024 in Rabat in the Kingdom of Morocco. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Agriculture, Water, Fisheries, Livestock, Mr. Ibrahim Elmi, represented the supervisory ministers of and ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to the Kingdom of Morocco, Mr. Mohamed Duhur Hersi, and advisor of the minister assisted the Secretary Generals throughout the session. The work of 33 sessions of the Regional Conference of the Food and Agricultural Organization, the United Nations for Africa, was opened on Thursday in Rabat under the chairmanship of the head of the government, and the annual event provide a unique opportunity for the countries across the African continent to discuss and develop practical solution to improve food security, agricultural productions, and water management, but also on the continent. It is also serve as a strategy platform to share best practices and explore partnership in order to discuss innovative opportunity and solution to transform the food system. The Consul General of Djibouti in Dire Dawa, Mr. Musa Jama, reported that a fatal accident occurred in Dire Dawa this morning at the approximately 1 p.m. 11 in the morning near the town of Dire Dawa in Ethiopia, which led to the death of two citizens, the two Djiboutian, namely the late Ms. Arafu Ahmed, born in 1984 in Djibouti, and Ms. Ifrah Ahmed, born in 1987, coming from Djibouti on board a car. The bodies of the two victims were transferred to Shinile City. The Consul General of Djibouti in Dire Dawa appealed to the families and loved ones of the victims to contact and counsel to the number of the following appears on the scene. The Golden Voice is a reality on TV show that is very popular by the audience with the admiration of the viewers who patiently and directly followed the adventures of new stars in the field of music and song in Afar Somali, but also in Somali language. The final eight for the team of RTD program resumed again on yesterday evening, the Thursday after yesterday evening, which was on show due to the holy month of Ramadan. The advanced local and open the international entertainment windows on Djiboutian culture. It was also an inspiring initiative that promotes social cohesion and the integrations process with a focus on the appreciation of mother tongue.
avec 14,14 sur 20. Toujours en langue Somalie, le deuxième gagnant est M. Hussein Ali. En langue afar, le premier gagnant est Hassan Mohamed avec 16,64 sur 20. Deuxième gagnant, c'est Madina.
At the end of the evening, the report presented the result of the competition, where the contestants occupied the city of first place in Afro language. Mr. Hassan Mohammed came in the second place in Somali language contestant. Mr. Degen Hussein won the first place for the competition. It should be noted that The Golden Voice is still a television show that remains a window to promote youth Djiboutian for all the Djiboutian youth who seeks to try their potential in the file of singing. The Minister of Health, in collaboration with the Liverpool Schools for Triple Medicines and the Society, organized courses training on monitoring the resident in the period from the 18 and 15 April 2024. The administrative priority health programs organize a control program which will benefit from this training. This scholar training from the Ministry of Health directly involved in the resistance for this project. This training is part of the World Health Organization's global plan to manage the vectors of resistance of malaria. The aim of this training is to improve the knowledge of different participants about different methods to control disease vectors, in addition to enhancing insect and as part of a global plan that manage insecticide resistance. This intensive session address critical strategies to confront growing resistance from the disease to chemical treatment. It is a major issue for public health, environmental management, and the management of effective to control the disease of this kind of malaria. For the international, since the United Nations America used its veto power to prevent the state of Palestine from obtaining full membership in the United Nations. On Thursday evening, the United Nations Security Council voted on state of Palestine's request for membership in the United Nations, where two countries voted in favor of the resolution and two countries abstained voting, while the United States used the veto. In early April, the Palestinian authorities called on the Security Council to reconsider the application that have been submitted in 2011 for a full membership in the United Nations. However, the United States, which has veto power, has explicitly expressed its oppositions to this effort. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.